What's happening, y'all? You know what it is. Saturday night at 7. Misbelief Radio Show. Shout out to Brother Peter, man. He gave us a good talking point for our show today. You find the oldest person in your family. You find out who did what you do, or who's currently still doing it. We're going to talk about that, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I found an uncle that did poetry and a great uncle that did poetry. Picture that, bro.
Still living?
No, both done in transition.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And my great grandfather was a farmer, bro. Picture that.
Oh, that's why you out there out there grinding.
Planting seeds, all kind of stuff. You did.
Appreciate you, Brother Peter, man. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
What's happening? Thanks for watching. Make sure you share this video so your friends can see how much fun we be having here at the Misbelief. You heard me. That's the Batman. My baby Oshun.
Hi, y'all.
That's just Jill.
Hi.
Birthday.
Keeping it all the way real. It's still her birthday.
It is. It's my birthday forever.
What up, Vigorous? I see you watching, man. We need you on this show, Brian. One of these days, man, because we play your song almost every episode. But that's our other Brian. Brian, take this out of my hand.
Take this.
Watch that fast transition happen, you hear me? Watch that fast transition happen from one show to the next.
What transition?
His.
His personal transition?
No. I know. Okay.
I
always be scared to open up my laptop in public.
I know, because you watch too much. Listen.
I seen it.
I seen it several times. And then he set you up and be like, go get on my computer and get such and such.
Go find this Bible verse for me. And then you open up and be like, wait! That is not of God! Oh, man.
So, Facebook, what's on your computer?
Playing some nice instrumentals. Right now on WBOK, y'all tune in. Share this video, but you can tune in on the website, on the app. You keep watching the Facebook Live, or pull out your radio, old school style, and go to your AM band. And dial it all the way to 12:30 AM. We're gonna have some fun.
What's up, Dave? What's up, Kiwi? Kiwi?
I'm scared to restore my previous
Angel,
session.
Dominique,
If I restore this
Toya, Cool, Paul. What's up, y'all? Thanks for watching.
Louise.
Please don't restore nothing while I'm sitting here.
I'm trying to get it done.
T-Steel's ready. Oshun's ready.
So you can't see it or hear it, because that would be...
That's it.
They play at the same time.
What's up, Dana?
There it is.
I'm about to say.
Let it keep playing for a minute.
He can't hear you.
Let the song keep
I
playing.
can't hear you.
Let it keep playing. That's a fat word there, man.
What's up, Ram?
I talked to him today. He's gonna come on the show. Hopefully next Saturday we won't have fat words. We're gonna start having these voices that we hear on every episode, like Vigorous. Let it go to the chorus, to the hook.
Hey, Miss Dana.
Y'all share this video. What's up? What?
It's coming
gummy
back.
bears. Oh, you can share these. You can share
Not
mine.
those, my energy drink.
You can share mine with
I'm
me.
good on the gummies right now.
Dated transition. We don't know how to use hand signals yet.
Look like we landed a plane.
What's happening, y'all? What's good? This is the Misbelief Radio Show on WBOK AM 1230. We're live here at the station, but you can peep us out on my Facebook Live because the video was way funnier than the audio. I promise you that. Or you can check us out on www.wbok1230am.com or hit us up on the WBOK app. I'm DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio, slim waist, babyface, deep voice, #1 choice, and the hardest working man in local show business currently. And I like to keep a colorful cast of creative, cool kids as my co-hosts. Who's this to my right?
Hi, everybody. It's me, the one and only Lady Unicorn herself. Dun, da, da, da. Oshun.
Oshun.
Woo,
Good to
clap,
have you here, baby.
parade,
We don't have
glitter,
You don't
lights.
deserve glitter.
Oh.
All right. And who's this to my left?
This is that acting guy, the master of nectarmonies, Martin Batts, Bradford. What's
What's that? Master of Nectarmonies. I like that one. Is that an official title? Were you officiated as a Master of Nectarmonies? Or you just made that up?
Both.
Okay. Every answer is the right answer. And who's that over there to the far left?
Hey y'all, it's Jay Steele keeping it real.
What up, Jay Steele?
What's poppin'?
Chilling. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was amazing.
Amazing?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about it. Aren't you part of the pumpkin clan?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we're going to talk about
Proud.
that just a little bit later. Just a little bit later. And who that is over there in the booth?
Coon Slayer!
The Coon Slayer and the Record Spin Extraordinaire. So you just played our intro song, the extent of a little bit of more of the intro song than usual, right? That's Where You At by Fat Word, right? We hear that man's voice on every episode of the Misbelief Radio Show. We will have him here next week. He told me on the phone he'd be here, and I'm assuming he's a man of his word, and we're going to make it work. But that's Fat Word Where You At. And I just want to shout him out for letting us use his voice every episode. So this is episode 37. 30, or is it 38?
It's 30.
Episode
We
30-something.
hadn't uploaded the podcast from last week yet. But we've been on the radio too long, man. We are really in the swing of things.
You know, it's almost close to 52. And 52 makes how many?
A full year. That'll be a 1 year anniversary of doing the Misbelief Radio Show, man. That's awesome. Thank you. We're really in the swing of things, man. Look, things are swinging all around this
Everywhere.
piece. I love
Smacking
it.
us in the face and stuff.
Oh, all right. All right. So, it's Bayou Classic Weekend, as you can tell from the traffic in the city currently. Anybody had any time doing the Bayou Classic events in Battle of the Bands? Nothing? No?
No.
I watched the parade on somebody's Facebook Live today. I felt like I was there at the moment. But no, man, the traffic was such a turn. I had a show last night in the East. I can't say that. I mean, they put Black Friday and Bayou Classic on the flyer, but I can't say that it was involved at all because it was just so far removed from everything. But I try to stay out of downtown and just out of the traffic this whole weekend. Bats, I know you don't go nowhere anyway, right?
No.
So you can't even relate.
I can't relate, though.
Okay, well, you know what we all can relate to? Thanksgiving was just a few days ago. How about that, huh?
Yes.
I'm really excited. I had Thanksgiving leftovers this morning.
I did too.
Well, I had a plate of chitlins with
Oh no.
boudin on the
No.
side, collard greens, and cornbread. Is it really?
Yeah.
After I think after day 4, like it's like certain death.
It
Or
really?
something. Or maybe a week. I don't know.
I thought I had more time. I got so many to-go plates. I'm finna be washing and reusing them. I got a lot of to-go plates.
I guess I'm a zombie of a few decades because, dude, I done gone past day 4 with Thanksgiving
Of
before.
course,
I'm just letting
man.
you know.
And you could turn that turkey into a turkey salad.
Bought them
turkey
ham
sandwiches.
sandwiches last.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
I
Lee.
said, I don't know, where were you raised that y'all got a full day
don't
limit
do
on
ham.
refrigerator food?
That's nasty.
Well, chitlins was certain death as soon as the first day happened. So, you know.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be judged by my choices.
We are judging
Okay,
you.
you shouldn't. A friend of mine, you shouldn't. A friend of mine wrote on Facebook about chitlins and judging people for their consumption of chitlins. And I'm just take a little excerpt of it. I thought it was kind of poignant. But
Wait, we about to have a poignant moment on chitlins?
yeah, I mean, this is something he's a very wise dude. And honestly,
Let's go.
Honestly, chitlins come from the same
Slaves.
like leftover cuisine is gumbo and many other delicacies that we commonly
Okay.
consume. So he says, this is one of my wisest, funniest, and favorite Facebook friends. He says, chitlins are an example of ingenuity in the face of having nothing. It's also a means of ensuring parts of the animal don't go to waste, something that we here in the West aren't exactly in touch with anymore.
Some parts need to go to waste.
Yeah, that's one part I think you could let go to waste and it'd be alright.
Do we eat the tail? Do we eat the tails of things?
Oxtails.
They eat oxtail and
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
look, we get specific.
Pigtails are-
Cow,
Oxtails are the tails of
do we
pigs.
eat cow tails?
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody
I'm
does.
sure like
In the effort of not wanting to waste the parts of the body, do we eat the feet of everything?
we eat the liver of ducks. We eat
Specific, we getting real
the
specific
hearts.
with this. We talking about animals and saving them fully, right?
Listen, Their organs are made out of some kind of flesh, and if it is simmered long enough, that flesh then becomes nice and chewable. And then if you season it with the right stuff, you can eat an intestine. And listen, y'all, I don't like the faces that you're making. Didn't I just read Chitlins are examples of ingenuity in the face of having nothing?
So it's masturbation. That don't mean I always want
Masturbation. And what's funny is I like both of those things. I'm a fan of both chitlins and masturbation.
At the same time.
At the same time.
You just put an idea on my mind. Listen, you think I'm not going to have me a nice Saturday night with some chitlins and masturbation? You got me twisted. But how you going to judge me? Jay Steele, you eat pumpkin stuff.
I do eat pumpkin stuff.
Correct.
Pumpkin is delicious.
Just when I move over by DC.
What kind of pumpkin stuff did you have then? Did have this Thanksgiving? Don't nobody know pumpkin stuff? What? Pumpkin what?
I had pumpkin pie.
Crickets. Did you make it?
No, I didn't make it.
It was a store-bought? Did you go to the store and buy pumpkin pie? So you had the option of
Somebody
buying.
else went to the store and bought it.
This other person is not a friend of yours.
And I compared it to a sweet potato pie my mama made, and I like the pumpkin pie better. Still.
That's your mama.
Don't tell my mama that. My
I'm
mama is
cool.
not
Tell her
listening.
come,
Don't tell my mama that.
Mrs. J. Steele, Mama, please call the radio station at 504-260-9265 and respond to what she just said.
Don't tell my mama that.
Her sweet potato pie wasn't as good as store-bought pumpkin pie?
That mean you saying that sweet potato pie trash.
That's
I
what
don't
it
like
sound
sweet potato though. So that's me. That's
So why you even compare? If you don't like it anyway, why you comparing it? That's like, man, I hate
That's a good
cheese. And I'm going to be like, man, you know what, boy? I think chitlins is better than macaroni. I can't
because
even
I feel
compare.
like people need to understand that sweet potato ain't worth nothing.
Oh, no. That's a southern thing.
I can't say what I want
Can
to
I
say.
just say that my family is bad and bougie, and we don't eat traditional Thanksgiving. Well, we have traditional stuff, but we do casseroles and souffles.
Wait, black
Yes.
casseroles.
Yeah.
Y'all casserole the thing with the cream of mushroom sauce in it.
Uh-huh.
That oyster dressing, man.
My grandma is famous for her oyster dressing.
That is
oyster
it
dressing
was
is
so
so
good.
good.
Yeah,
My grandma
her
We
original
always
oyster.
make it every holiday.
It was this little debate about whether it's called dressing or stuffing.
Both.
I think it's stuffing when it goes inside.
When it's
That's
inside
what
the
I'm
bird.
saying, yeah.
But it's
when
dressing when it's
It's
just
on the side. You're dressing
yeah.
it. Your plate with
Okay,
it.
that was the easy one. Why was people debating that?
I thought casseroles only appeared on sitcoms, so like.
No, we very.
Y'all ain't that bad and bougie. I mean,
What's in a casserole?
It was on Miro Street. Then you can't be that bad and bougie on Miro.
Don't try us.
You can't. I'm sorry, but y'all wasn't. It was nice and
And he came
filled with love.
Okay,
It was that.
he comes to the house almost every holiday. He went, well, where the ham at? My grandma looked at him like he committed a sin. It's like, we don't serve ham on
And
Thanksgiving.
y'all know I'm a swine aficionado. I mean, I went hunting for this plate of chitlins because nobody ever made no chitlins.
Oh, wow.
I had to make a Facebook post requesting.
I thought you were joking,
No,
so it was
I-
legit.
I got
Then
one.
you want the sound effect.
I got one plate, and somebody offered me a plate for tonight too if I got time to pick it up. So
But look what you got in chitlins, it's like
Oh,
a
wow.
drug deal. Like, I
Right.
can
I feel like
I want
that's
you
one of
not to
those
eat
things.
that.
I gotta go meet you somewhere to get my
Right.
chitlins.
Malik, do you feel me? Do you also eat chitlins? Am I the only person in the station that want to admit to eating chitlins?
Oh my God! Thank you.
Malik got up out his chair to walk to the mic to tell you that.
Shame. They were delicious, man. Shout out to Miss Gwen Douglas. Them chitlins were delicious. I had them
Shout out
over
to
rice
Miss
with the
Gwen.
gravy. Yeah, Miss Gwen. She's a huge supporter of the Misbelief. She bought Buku Misbelief Punch this past holiday season, and I enjoyed the chitlins very much. So
Oh, no.
forget what these people are saying. They don't know good pig intestine when it comes their way. That's what I think.
I want you to
I
stop.
agree.
I believe you. I take your word for it. No, thank you. Okay.
Man, I ain't never felt like I don't have no friends. Every moment you start talking about chitlins, and people are like, no, you no more.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, we got a pretty awesome show for you guys. Miss Tanyell Waivers, who plays Kiki in the hit show Queen Sugar, is in the house.
Woo!
Ain't she in the house with her brown self? She gonna holler at us just a little bit later, but up first, we have some actresses from the Cursive Art production of Creating Christmas. Doing a little Christmas production opening soon. They're gonna talk to us about the production and give us a live performance for our Facebook Live viewers. These girls got voices that you don't want to miss, so tune into my Facebook Live. My name is DC Paul, and my Facebook is wide open. So yeah, check me out. So we're gonna take a break real quick and play a song or two. Mastermind, what you got?
I got Today with Heat, Desire.
Man, that girl, they got a voice, and I heard she put a new song out, so I'm gonna get that from her
Gotta get that.
sure will. Stay tuned to the Misbelief Radio Show, y'all, and don't get nothing on you.
What's up to everyone watching? What's up, Brian and John?
Say hi to the people. Brian, speak to him.
That's so nasty. Okay, I'm going to step out for this part. I'm going to get them to get another chair in here because it's going to be packed like a nightclub.
Okay.
She said like a nightclub.
Kim.
On
What's
the
up, y'all?
Bradford, I'm going to get your drink and your gummy bears.
Thank you. Good action.
What you come for
What's
Thanksgiving?
going on?
Not there.
Everybody else.
So guys, let us know what y'all cooked. What was good for Thanksgiving for
I
y'all?
made spinach
Let us
casserole.
know.
That one dish that you make well.
It was my
That
first
one
time
dish
making
you
the
make well.
spinach. I made the spinach casserole this year.
That was good.
It was good. It was my first year,
Yeah,
yeah.
you made spinach. Yeah.
Spinach casserole.
Never mind. You said casserole. Casserole is not a black person word.
Shut up.
I didn't get no text messages from you.
That's because you told me who we was doing.
Oh,
Yeah. I am.
Facebook Live, our guest room, studio room is popping. So right now
All right,
we
my
have
theater ladies. Theater. You guys are up.
Theater is up. We have DJ Mastermind.
Hold on, I gotta bring you guys a chair in.
What? Don't do that. I'm sure.
We have some love, Misbelief Misses. Glitter down. There
What's up, internet?
I'm
Got
sorry.
gummy bears in the studio.
we go. Gummy
Gotta have
bears.
gummy bears when you're live on the radio.
Alright. You recognize this face from Queen Sugar. Say hello.
Hello.
Let everyone know how much we love Kiki on Queen Sugar.
Yes, darling, yes. Who is this? What is this? What are we on?
We're on Facebook Live right
Oh,
now.
Facebook. Hey,
Yes,
Facebook.
yes. How you feeling? How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was great. I ate everything that I saw.
Question: did you cook anything?
Oh, sniggity snap.
Not this year.
Not this
That
year?
was last year. This year I did not. I just,
Okay.
just got to eat and relax and sleep. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
What was the best thing you ate?
Best thing I ate was my mother's fried turkey.
Oh, okay.
And the stuffing. Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
All right, this is a very special guest right here. This is the son of Jay Steele. This is how she kept it all the way real. Right here, little man right here. Hey, buddy. Everyone say hello. How was Thanksgiving?
It was good.
It was good?
I spent with my family.
Did you cook anything?
No, I didn't.
So what was the best thing you ate then?
Gumbo. I had some of my aunt Brenda's gumbo. And her name is Brenda, so that's a big factor.
Yeah, she can cook. Brenda's can cook. Malik?
Hey, Brian. How are you?
Good. Say what's up to Facebook Live. How was Thanksgiving?
It's not Thanksgiving.
How was Thanksgiving?
Everything was well.
Did you cook anything?
Get that. That's a lot of love.
Malik is trying to avoid. I will. Look at this. A mother and son moment. How cute.
Oh, he's a fucking I was hoping you would have brought Sagittarius.
So we're going to check in with the ladies over here. All right, what's up, ladies? So, how was Thanksgiving?
It was, I'm not going to say nothing, but
Uh-oh.
not everybody's food was good this year.
Ooh, call them out. What dish? Don't say the name. What dish did you not just, what was it?
Gumbo was just like my most disappointing dish this year. Usually that's my most favorite.
I went to my family gathering expecting macaroni, and not a macaroni was in sight.
Don't that just make you mad?
Like, all I want is my turkey, my gumbo, a macaroni, maybe with a little roll. No gumbo, no macaroni.
Nothing.
Talk about Christmas. I was furious. I was like, you know what? Where's my family?
I feel like the kids in this generation, they don't even know what real food is, you know? They just think that, you know, that the cans, the beans and out of the can, that's the blue runners. They think that that's beans.
Yeah, blue runner.
I can't help them out. It's all on them. But I just pray for them. I pray for this stomach, Lord, and I pray that the food be nutritious to their body in Jesus' name.
Amen. Bless it. Someone is shouting out for your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this is hair,
I'm
more
always gonna be
hair.
changing this up. Always. I can't stay in one spot for long with this. This is the only thing I can control.
I feel you.
The change of.
Give him a little whip. Don't hurt nobody though. Give him a little whip.
Because I can't
Give him a
give you
little
too
whip.
much. Cause
I understand.
It's for the show, you know. So I'm trying not to because of that.
Bundles.
I ain't trying to get hit.
Oh, bundles is right, baby.
This I say how nigga did it. This how this how bad B
I
leaves.
would give you the Aaliyah, but it's in like a little top pony, so I can't help you out with that. But I can give you a little swoosh like that.
All right.
Oh, wait on the lash, baby. Oh, off the lash. See, we fixed it. We fixed it.
That was good. We're back in business.
No.
Oh no.
It smells like it smells like cheap.
I got to fix it.
Wait. Oh.
Brian, I think. Where you going?
I got to fix something. I think I got to fix something that I see.
Okay. I got it.
I'll get it.
I'm in the way.
Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I'm special. There we go. There we go. Look at. Ooh, hey.
Candid camera.
Yes.
Y'all look good. Wait,
Excited.
he said it's somebody single.
Single.
Somebody trying to holler at y'all.
Who's single?
Comedian Jay Funny. You trying to holler at them?
Oh,
They beautiful.
Now, if you playing a joke, don't do that because you know people be really serious over there. People got sensitive feelings over there. So
Right. I think he's serious.
Well, I'm single.
unfortunately, me too.
Yeah.
Ain't no unfortunately, that's beautiful.
Single club, nothing wrong with that, you know, just chilling right now. Not looking for nothing. It's time to work.
Yeah,
you gotta build
it
yourself
is.
up. This is the time.
I agree.
Yeah, ain't no time for.
It's time to level up.
It's not serious.
Ain't no cuffing season, bitch. Nope.
It's cold though.
It is cold.
You could give me a
It is cold. I agree.
Definitely give me
Oh yeah.
a jacket.
Bust up.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
What's up, beautiful?
You decided the camera.
Oh, he does like y'all. He said y'all dope.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So sweet.
You dope for saying we dope. Hi.
Holla at Mr. Lamont real quick. Lamont
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey.
How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good. So you got your son here today.
I do. I have my baby.
Your baby, how old is he?
He's gonna be 5 in January.
And what's his name?
Dominic.
Dominic.
Yeah, he's chilling with me today because other people have other things, and then it's sleeping down. So, and I wanted him to come meet all of us.
See you in your glory.
Say hello. And
It's important that he sees mommy working hard.
It's mommy.
Yeah.
I like this sweater.
This is my Navajo sweater.
I see that.
The Navajos could never.
Come on. Let them know. Let them know. I need to get my sweater game popping. You can't predict whether it's cold or hot, right? So you gotta get the sweater, the light
Actually, you know
sweater.
what, Devin, if he here, we
heavy
could.
sweater. You gotta get a fitted sweater. My sweater game.
Devin.
Devin.
We can go, because he's here. Yeah, just, we ready? We waiting on him.
Madam, tis for you to do. Oh, yeah. So you get him.
And we're back. We're back, y'all. Welcome back to the Misbelief Radio Show live on WBOK AM 1230 or on the WBOK app or on the WBOK website or you're watching Facebook Live or you listen to the podcast because we record this podcast and upload it to iTunes every week or you're watching us on YouTube because the Facebook Live videos also go to YouTube. The Misbelief is all over all of the social networks. So
We got branches.
Yeah, man. Search us. The Misbelief got branches.
We got branches.
Everywhere.
We got roots and seeds.
You heard me?
And fruits and skins and juices and things. So we
The
full of it.
juices.
Don't get none on you is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, man.
But do search The Misbelief on any social network. The Misbelief, one word. You will find us wherever you like to receive content because we're gonna be there. By the way, I'm DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio, and who is this to my right? Left.
This guy more best, Bradford.
And over there to your left.
Jay still keeping it real.
And who that is in the booth? Hey, Oshun, who that is behind you? Malik? What's happening, Malik?
Malik the Geek.
And who's my DJ? What's happening, Mastermind? Okay. We need to. Earlier we were trying to do hand signs so I could tell you to fade, and I don't know. You was like, "Do you want to fade now?" I was like, "No, I like my locks." We do need to learn how to use handshakes if we're gonna have the kind of relationship through a glass. Okay. Well, what was that last song you had just played? I know what it is. I'm just gonna wait for you to.
Look at that look.
It was I Already Know. Or just, it's called Already Know by Jay Harmony. See, okay, yeah, you're right. Correct me. Yeah. She was here a few weeks ago. She performed that song for our Facebook Live. So, because the Misbelief Radio Show only plays music by local independent recording artists. So if you are a local independent recording artist, do send your radio-friendly music to TheMisbelief@gmail.com. We'll give it a listen and make sure it's clean, and then we will add it to the playlist, whether we like it or not. Because it ain't about me, it's about you. Speaking of It's About You, this is our first interview segment here on this episode of the Misbelief Radio Show. Y'all make some noise for Cursive Art's own Miss Cherelle Palmer, and I haven't even said the second name yet, Rachel Ridgeway. It's two of them, Rachel Ridgeway and Cherelle Palmer. They're here representing Cursive Art. It is a black female-owned theater group. Just started last year, or was it this year?
It started this year after we graduated from college. So the University DU.
Every time.
I'm sorry. It's all right. I'm
I
sorry.
expected to have this a little bit later on in the interview.
I'm sorry.
I gotta ask you the first question we ask all of our guests here on the Misbelief Radio Show. You guys know what a misbelief is?
Yes.
Sure, I know you do.
Of course.
Rachel, where you from?
I'm from New Orleans.
You from New Orleans?
Yes.
Okay, you know what a misbelief is?
I feel like a misbelief is when you don't.
I feel like.
That's all I know when you
when you don't believe in
Okay,
something.
that sounds so cute and poetic.
Right?
That sounds sweet, yeah.
Yes.
That do.
Okay.
You see this fruit on this picture right here? That look familiar to you?
I'm guessing that's a misbelief.
What you call that?
Wait, what part of the city
what
are you
city
from?
I'm from the 6th Ward.
Really?
Yes.
I knew they guys misbelieve.
What?
What do you call
Is that
these?
tangerines?
No.
The little
You sure you're not from the West Bank?
orange thingies?
No, they.
They're small. I don't know.
This interview is going
Oh my
off
God.
the rails.
Don't do this
Sheree
to
took over. You know what they call them, like Chinese plums,
just-
Japanese plums,
Japanese
Japanicas? No?
Wow.
Wow.
You from the real 6th Ward, not like, you put like 2/3 together or something.
I'm from the real 6th Ward.
I feel like the rest of the interview finna be like an intervention. Like, why?
Why don't you know? Look, we all like,
sorry. You shelter, but Cherelle, you know.
Of course.
She looking
My auntie had a tree in her front yard, and I used to sneak outside and eat them, like pick them, and like put them like in my jacket. I come in the house with them packed, like a chipmunk. I had.
Oh my
that.
God.
Thank you. That we just wanted a misbelief story so we could connect. But
Yes.
she saved the day.
From that tree.
She saved Cursive Art's credibility for
Don't save the company.
It is all good. So you guys have a show called Creating Christmas.
Yes.
It opens on December the 2nd.
Yes.
Right. Tell me about it.
Okay, so Creating Christmas is a Christmas production about seeking to be reborn again, learning the true meaning of Christmas, and giving your gifts back to God. I am the playwright of Creating Christmas.
Oh.
Yes,
Shout
I am
out to you,
also the
playwright.
director.
She's working it.
I'm
She is
understudying,
doing
so
And you were understudy.
I'm an understudy in my own show. So it's a phenomenal show. We have April Lewis.
I
We have
love April. Yeah, man.
yes,
That girl,
love
that
phenomenal
alto.
voice.
Oh,
That
yes.
alto of hers
Oh,
is so strong. We need to have her on
so
the show.
beautiful.
Love April. But who else
Beautiful.
you got?
We got Cherelle.
Hey,
She's a
Cherelle.
part of the
Man,
cast
do we
as
love
well.
Cherelle? Cherelle's been here before.
We have LaSharon from Mississippi.
Yes,
Jackson,
ma'am.
Mississippi.
LaSharon
Purvis.
Purvis.
And we have to include our youth and also, hold up the end of the bargain for our mission statement by including our youth. We have 7 a.m. members. They're a part of our youth at our church.
7 a.m. is a singing group.
Yes, a
of
singing
young
solo.
guys.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So wait, you said that you're fulfilling your mission statement by having them. What is the mission statement of Cursive
The
Art?
mission statement is seeking to promote higher education and modern pieces of art. Cursive Art wants to reinstill morals and values in generations to come. So basically what that means is that we feel like New Orleans has, it has theater, but we want to present more opportunities for theater majors coming straight out of college because they're always like looking for some work, but it's like they slip through the cracks because they don't know what to look at. And so we want to like make work accessible to them. So that's what we're hoping that our theater company does, like comes off the ground, and we hopefully want to get into the school and build a bridge between the educational system and, you know, like partner with schools to be put on our shows there until we get our own building and one day, you know, have our own spot to put on our own shows.
Well, is this the first production from Cursive Art?
Yes, we are opening up our season with a Christmas production. It was my best friend Darlene, which is also my co-founder of Cursive Art as well. She was her idea.
Shout out to Darlene.
Yes.
You know her. So you guys have a season already planned out?
Yes.
What could you spill a little bit of it, or is it super secret?
And that's not super secret.
I want to know what y'all finna do.
Okay, well, after this, we're gonna have a women's fundraiser for Women's Month.
Yes.
Because we feel like we want to have those touchy, you know, Philly conversations that women don't normally get to have.
Y'all better come back on the show when it's time to talk about that.
Oh yes, we want to have those conversations, and I also wrote another play that I can't release right now because it's actually going through the copyright process. But it does have a lot to do with women, and so
awesome.
For my ladies, let me tell y'all something. This is not something y'all want to miss. I'm telling you.
Okay, all right, we're gonna have you back when it's time to get ready for that and promote it. But in the meantime, so December 2nd, Creating Christmas opens. And it's a traveling production, right?
Yes, touring.
So, touring production. You can catch it on the 2nd, on the 8th, on the 9th, and on the 10th. Well, actually, you can't catch it on the 8th because it's sold out already.
Yes.
That's the House of Healing. Where's that?
House of Healing is like, if you guys know what a Whole Foods store is.
On Broad?
Yeah, on Broad. Like if you go to the right of Whole Foods, like right down that street, you'll see the church.
Okay, y'all sold out already, huh?
Yes, it's sold out
I heard
already.
y'all see the 100 people in that thing?
Yes, it seats 100 people.
How much are these tickets?
Tickets are only $6.
Only $6.
But you know, if you want to throw a donation up in there, we ain't gonna buy it.
So you're not performing in the show unless you have to as the understudy.
Yes.
Right, but for our Facebook Live, you will be performing. Is you performing something that appears in the show, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Or just a snippet of it.
Well, yeah.
I heard them in rehearsal, y'all. They got voices that are not to be played with. They gonna be singing in a minute. So we're gonna take a break, y'all. Check out my Facebook Live. My name is DC Paul. Or go to TheMisbelief Facebook Live. You will see them in just a moment. We're going to take a break. Mastermind, what you got queued up?
I got Straight It Out by Mike Together.
Oh, shout out to Hypey, man. Stay tuned to the Misbelief Radio Show. Come out into the hallway. If you're in the station, let's check out this performance. Tune into the Facebook Live and share this video because you got an awesome performance about to happen. And also, don't get none on you. You know?
Come on. Straight up. Straight up.
Woo! The fruit really? Y'all have to come for me with the fruit. I'm sorry.
That's like saying, where you went to high school, McDonald 32. That's not even the high school. We trying to catch people in the air. What's up? Oh, you get my keys? I was going to leave it out here for the performance.
I'm ready. I've been practicing.
You've been practicing? You gonna come in on your part? Please come in. No, I'm joking. No, you gotta come in on your part.
This is an old photo.
Yeah.
Come on, team.
We gotta wait on Devin. Share this video, man. Look, y'all got voices. I'm telling you.
Come on now.
Then they asked me to sing that.
A little yin around the house.
We gotta wait for Oshun to sing her part. She coming at the end. She got a part. She coming at the end. She's so good.
Come on.
All right, y'all. We ready? We ready? Here we go. Introducing Miss Cherelle Palmer and Rachel Ridgeway.
All right.
Silent night. Silent night. Holy night. All is calm. All is calm. All is bright. All is bright. Young virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly sleeping and heavenly.
That was amazing. So, where can they follow you on social networks?
You can follow us at Cursive Art. Yeah.
On Facebook. At Cursive Art.
Cursive Art on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
And what about you personally?
Oh, Ray Hit a Note. Ray Hit a Note. That's
Ray Hit a
Note.
Instagram.
N-O-T-E.
Real Sunshine Instagram.
Yes.
Real I'm Done on Facebook.
CursiveArt.org is the website.
Find my brothers.
You'll find me.
Info
At CursiveArt.org. Yes, let me know.
CursiveArt.org.
Accepting donations,
Yeah, and check out Creating Christmas. It opens on the 2nd, and it's a traveling, touring production.
Yes.
So hit up CursiveArt.org to get more information. And make some noise one more time. Thank y'all so much.
How much longer y'all on this song?
Bye, y'all. Catch y'all later.
I forgot to mention that, man. Cherelle's singing with Ari tonight at with Ooh Nasty at the Blue Now.
Yes. Blue Now.
Yeah, let's get a
picture. Wait, get the sweater in there.
Come on, sweater.
Never hold a hope and could never.
Goof.
Okay, one more.
Goofy.
Ooh.
We gonna get you in there. Okay.
God.
Yay. I never look at the camera, so
You will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, Tanyell.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
What's going on, Facebook?
Tanyell Waivers.
Tune in right now.
Yeah, man.
About these people.
She's the one, man.
A little nervous.
Why are you nervous?
No, I'm not. I'm joking. Yeah, no, it's gonna be good.
Have some gummy worms. Well, actually, what if we got water?
Yes, I would love a water.
I have some gum in my purse too. I don't have any
They got gummies. They got.
We have gummies.
And when I share gummies, I don't get nobody the blue ones. The blue ones.
Are the blue ones in there?
Yeah, the blue ones.
Is like your favorite?
Yes. No one gets. If you want to share, if you want some of my gummies, you don't get the blue ones. You don't get the blue ones.
That's fine.
That's how you about yellow.
You know what I mean?
Yellow.
That's your favorite color.
Who's phone?
Mine.
Red. My face.
Bye.
I can spit this gum
This is a down home radio station.
Okay, because I pop my gum a lot.
Oh, well, no.
Yeah, so I don't do none of that. But
Something went wrong.
What happened?
What went wrong with the video? What's going on, Brian?
What's going on?
Is the video still up?
Is it up? I'm up.
Yeah, let me pull it
what's
out.
going on, McBack?
All right. Tell her headache gonna fight me. You the one just got off the road, lady. Okay, it's up.
I know. It was an error.
Literally.
He's having a hard
It's back.
time
We good.
focusing.
Like
Do you ever think it's the energy drinks that's getting you ready?
no, I'm actually getting sick. It's my first energy drink of the day.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
They ain't talking about you. They said 10.
Possibly.
Okay. Yes, just diagnose.
Huh?
Diagnose them. What's going on?
I really believe the Red Bull could have a little bit to do with it.
So you're gonna just expose my Red Bull addiction?
I'm just saying you're drinking it now.
Yeah.
It's not healthy.
Just right now.
You know?
There's someone following me.
You don't know time.
The fact that he got my purse
There's
on.
someone following me.
Wait, what happened?
Devin got my purse on.
He busting that bitch too.
Yeah.
Yo, what you got? Okay.
Am I sitting right here?
Yeah, baby.
Man, Paris. What's up, everyone watching? Thank y'all for
Man,
tuning
this
in.
episode is very accurate.
Bye, y'all.
This is a very accurate episode.
Is that a bad thing?
Not at all.
They tuning in for you.
Hi. I just shared it too.
She played Kiki.
She play Kiki. Like, that's all she do.
I mean, currently, okay, I'm sorry, you're right. You know what? I'm gonna run her whole resume down. I don't know that. What else?
Okay.
On your IMDb page.
This is the largest thing I've done.
That's what
Yeah.
she said. Shut up.
You know what Miss Malik is before we put you on the spot?
I do.
Okay.
I'm from New Orleans.
Hey, people be saying that.
I know, right? That girl was from New Orleans too.
No, you gotta peel it. I used to have trouble peeling them. I
You
ain't
ain't
like
gotta
the
peel
skin.
it though.
But I ain't never liked the skin on them.
We got another song?
Oh, that's my kid Javon.
Oh.
We got another song.
You are.
She loud. She's good.
Mm-hmm.
I turn it down for you. Listen.
Oh. Yes.
Okay. It's my phone. And Makia Javon walks around like, how can I put this?
She floats.
She floats.
Like she floats for real though. Like she we saw her at the No Name Gypsy concert. My friend. That's my friend, y'all. And she went, peace, Oshun. I said, well, who the hell? And
Somebody say peace and he said, who the hell? The fuck is you saying peace to me?
And it looked like she had like something over her head, so I couldn't
She
see
be
her
trying
at
to
first.
hide herself when she go out in public. So
And when I looked close, I said, hey, you know me, I'm hugging her. I was like, girl, you scared the hell out of me.
My kid Javon
walking up on me saying peace. Who the hell that was? Shit.
But that was a real piece, though. She was like giving me blessings. And I was like, oh, I received it.
I'm sure, yeah. She's so genuine.
She's so sweet.
Brother Peter said he loved this show. We love your show, Brother Peter.
What up, Brother Peter? We're going to talk about his talking point. That was a good one.
Yeah, can we?
Yeah. That was a good one.
I got a talking point, damn it.
What you got?
It went down on my Facebook wall.
Oh, about what?
Over.
What did you do?
Oh,
you got to boot one, right? Aladdin, Lion King, Toy Story, Goofy.
Oh, I saw that.
Toy Story, Goofy movie.
I feel like that's easy.
I'm gonna do it with Toy Story though.
You thought, so you're one of those controversial motherfuckers right here.
Over a Goofy movie?
Goofy movie was good.
But it was good, but impact though?
I didn't love Toy Story.
You tripping.
Without Toy Story, we wouldn't have
got a friggin'
Incredibles.
knee though, like.
Oh my god.
See, I don't know how I feel about it.
Because I understand Goofy movie black as fuck.
Okay, now
Yeah,
if we
black
going
as
by
fuck.
soundtracks only, then that's different.
I mean, Lion King ain't even on the table. I feel like that's the best
Right.
That's not
Disney
going
movie,
nowhere.
period. They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
So it's really down to the
Aladdin
others.
was probably the first one we saw with brown people in it.
But people still was throwing Aladdin up there, though.
Really? No,
Some people
Aladdin
still
ain't
Aladdin, but
going nowhere,
mainly it was a Toy Story and Goofy movie fighting each other out. But I was like, dog, Toy Story started
Toy Story
the
can
Pixar
go.
revolution. No, without Toy Story, we ain't got none of the Pixar shit.
What you think?
And that's major.
You said which one you have to do without?
You gotta cut it.
A Goofy movie, Toy Story, Aladdin, and Lion King.
I like a Goofy movie.
I like it. I love it.
Like,
I didn't love Toy Story.
Oh no,
None of them.
It was
You ain't love
good.
none of the Toy
I
Stories.
didn't
Not even part
see the
3.
other ones.
Part
What?
3 was like.
There was 3 Toy Stories?
Yes.
What?
Even when they was about to claw.
yeah, and they were all good.
The claw came from the sky and was gonna kill him.
Dog.
And then they,
Dog.
Maxie, how much time you got?
What Goofy movie was? No.
It was bees, but come on. I'm
The
talking
music,
impact.
the dancing, like everything. I
Bro,
saw
you know about everybody loved what the last big scene in Goofy movie. That's the biggest thing. to
No,
remember.
man, there was plenty of musical numbers.
to be honest with you, I don't
What
even
the characters do
remember
you even
Goofy
remember
movie.
from a Goofy movie?
it was only 2.
Right, I know he was a loser, he got the girl.
Was Goofy? Say Goofy. Okay, who else
Oh,
you
for
know?
your life story. That's
Oh, where's the bell? Yes, we ring the bell all day.
It's
Yes.
relatable.
I was being nice to you.
I know. I'm sorry. I take that back. No, I take
And
it
you
back.
relate to Toy Story because you fake as fuck. I had to reach for that one. That wouldn't even.
Because I'm your
genuine,
friend,
yeah.
even though all the bullshit. That's
What the
why.
bullshit? Oh, you know, I can't pick her up to go somewhere this morning. She took too long. I pulled off and went out.
Yeah.
It took too long. I
You see,
texted her.
nobody's laughing.
I texted her.
The
before
fact
I
that
texted
dude
her.
laughed was so hearty over there. He's like a leper. Like
I texted her before I got in the shower. Texted her, I'm on my way. I
And
texted
it's
her,
not
I'm
even-
outside.
it's
I'm
not
still
he
waiting.
wanted to go. He
It's
asked
when
me to
I was
go.
like, you know what? I don't when you need you. I ain't gotta wait if I ain't gotta wait.
On me.
And I had to
Pulled
wait.
off.
Okay, we ready for this. We ready.
You ready?
Yeah, we ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You use the
You
middle
put the
initial?
fuck with him
Yep.
this time.
You use the middle initial? Or no?
No.
There was a fake Facebook page for you.
Oh, what?
Fake.
Oh,
I mean, not fake, but like
What you doing, baby?
I'm gonna show you.
And then
Yeah.
they put Kiki in parentheses. They charge her.
There is a Kiki IG. Somebody made one.
What a character.
Talk about that. Yo, welcome back to the Misbelief Radio Show live on WBOK AM 1230 or on any one of our many platforms where you can enjoy our hilarity every week. I'm DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio, and who's this to my right?
Hi, everybody. It's me, Oshun, the wonderful unicorn herself. Hi.
And who's this to my left?
It's that actor guy, Mr. Bats.
And over there?
Hi, it's Jay Still keeping it real.
Is the mic plugged in?
I don't know, is it?
I can't hear you.
You
Okay,
can't
well, but who that is in the booth? And... there, man. And I want to send a shout out to Kalena,
Lady Martian.
Lady Martian, my homie Brian,
The beautiful one.
beautiful Brian, and my homie Lamont Simmons from the Power Circle. We're going to talk about his event just a little bit later. This is our second interview segment here on this episode of the Misbelief Radio Show. We're here with the very beautiful and talented actress from Queen Sugar, Miss Tanyell Waivers.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, Tanyell?
What's up, what's up, what's up?
What's happening? I'm going to start this interview off like all the other ones. Do you know what a misbelief is?
I do.
Okay, well tell us, do you have any stories about misbeliefs from your childhood? What you got? Where you saw the trees at?
In Algiers, my aunt had one.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What was that? The whole choir.
We're going to give you a chance. Okay, so...
You can't start a story off with the West Bank.
Like, yeah, so...
Well, then I got to go there.
Oh, wow.
Well,
she said in a far, far away land. There grew this tree.
Yes, but my aunt had one in her backyard, and I used to like peel them. I never liked the skin on them. It was weird. I don't know. The texture was
It's kind of sedating, huh? You don't like the skin on it?
It's so thin.
No.
It's so easily out.
I don't do well with stuff that has a weird texture to it.
Okay.
You know, like cotton candy, all that type of stuff. So.
Cotton
I
candy?
don't know about cotton candy.
Yeah.
That's like one of the most...
Nobody?
It's like one of the most recognizable textures alive. It's soft. You don't like that texture?
No, it's not. It's not. It's just, and it does a weird thing in your mouth.
It's true.
You know?
Okay.
All that.
All right. But we ain't called here to talk about this. We ain't called here to talk about this. We are talking about... Actually, we just talking to you, really. So you play Kiki in Queen Sugar, right?
I do.
Y'all are on what season now? 2?
2. We just finished season 2.
And we signed on for season 3 and a 4.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. So how and I know you can't tell me everything. How often will we be seeing Kiki throughout the rest of the series?
Well, that you'll have to wait and see.
Oh, can you give us a little bit? Come on now, what you came here for?
I know they've just scratched the surface of
Nice.
Kiki. Yes.
Glad to hear that. So we'll be seeing that face some more. Awesome.
Yes.
I'll take that. So I want a funny story from the set. Give me something that would surprise me about working with
a funny story
or an interesting story.
Well, when we're filming the last episode, that's when everyone gets a little crazy and there's pranks going on throughout the whole set.
How crazy?
There was hanging chairs. People was Tina went to go look for her chair, and then
Tina as in who? You can't just be saying Tina. We don't know. You know.
You gotta people maybe not know.
Aunt Vi, the lady who plays Aunt Vi. Her name is Tina Lifford.
There we go. Because we ain't on the first name. You know Tina. Is Tina Lifford?
She, Dondre, he, I don't know how it happened. I just heard and I saw a picture that her chair ended up hanging like from the ceiling somewhere when she was looking for it. So
That's
that was
quite
the
a prank.
craziest thing. Yeah.
That's cool. So this is the biggest role you've had to date, right?
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So before this, like, what does your IMDb page? What would it tell me? I got it right here.
Yes.
Beautiful pictures, by the way. This hair. I wish y'all could see it.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
What else you did before Queen Sugar?
I did Roots.
You sure did.
I did. And then I did also a movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Which one?
Louisiana Caviar. It's a passion project of his. So it's not out yet. So. But yeah,
Oh wow! So when is that? When can we see that? Louisiana Caviar. That's 2018. A feared Russian Israeli oligarch's banishment from the U.S. sets into motion a spiraling chain of events involving a boxer, a plot to blackmail an Orthodox Jewish real estate developer, and etc.
I'm about to say.
I was like, wait, you about to read all that?
I just want to know what it was about. Okay, how was the shooting at?
It was amazing. Cuba Gooding Jr. is what you expect him to be, on top of a huge flirt. Probably the biggest flirt I've ever seen. But he's amazing. He's amazing.
Okay, I'm about to say you better
Serious?
somebody on my show.
I'm serious.
Turn
Like,
this mic up real quick.
but
What? What he did?
I'm not the first to say that though. Like that's already known. Like you know what I mean? I don't know.
Okay, he not married? Why? Why does it even matter? Okay,
I don't know.
You're right.
But no, he was cool. He was cool. He directed it and starred in it as well, and wrote it.
Okay, I see it's about Rodney, a former boxing champ who, after a deathbed, visits his trainer and mentor, is propelled into reclaiming victory for his now simple life as a nightclub bouncer.
Yes, it's an action, crime, gangster.
And
movie.
what role would you play in that?
I play the best friend of the main character. It's a young teenage girl, and Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character ended up. I can't tell you that.
Okay, all right.
But yes, I play the best friend of the main character.
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely still play a young teenage role. You got just such a beautiful young face.
Oh, thank you.
What y'all got for it?
So how did you, what was it like getting into, like when you booked the role for Queen Sugar? What's the response been like? And what were some of the steps that got you on set? And I say this, are you surprised by, what's your feelings about how far it's grown?
I'm still surprised, to be honest, because for me, I still consider myself in the green as being an actor. I've only been doing it for 4 years. So when I got this role, I still can't believe it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It hasn't set in yet. It really hasn't. The feedback has been amazing. Everyone has been so supportive, from the cast to the crew to the fans. Like, people notice me, like, out and about. Like, oh, you play Kiki. And it's just,
You
it's
met
weird.
Oprah?
Not yet.
You met Oprah yet?
Not yet, I didn't.
Have you met Ava DuVernay?
I have, yes.
Okay.
And she is everything that you expect her to be. She's so cool.
So is it like angels around her? Is it heavens open?
Everybody just flocked to her. She has a very like magnetic energy, and she greets everyone with a smile. She really has a conversation with every single person that comes up to her. She's dope. She's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Who you telling? Okay. I have a question. We deal with a lot of social issues during Queen Sugar. Just a lot of things that are impacting our community now, especially the scene where Micah, he's going through his thing with the police. And how is the dynamic on set when you have to film like such strenuous emotional things, like, and you have to be that backbone to his character?
Yes.
Like, how is that getting into that character mode for that part?
Well, to be honest, the connection that you feel with the characters, like, on scene, it's the same, like, behind the scenes. We're a family. We're a family. He can come and talk to me about anything, so it definitely helps when, it's really easy when we jump into character mode, because it's the same type of connection. Very comfortable. Everyone's very professional, from the cast to the crew. And it's all due to Ava and Oprah, I think. I think if the head ain't right, the body ain't right. So, and they set a really good example. So it's amazing. It's good.
Do they ask you to play tour guide? Is it like, where can we go eat? What can we do?
Yes. Nick, Kofi, everybody. I showed them a few places, but yeah.
Awesome. I mean, this show I feel like this show is going to be running for a very long time. And it's just scratching the surface of awesome talent. And we have a lot of locals who are getting time to shine and, getting opportunities to actually get in there and be seen on a major platform. And that's great.
Yeah.
We are, as a collective, as a black artist, we are very proud of you.
Thank you.
If no one says that, you are a product of us, and we are proud of you. So when you're out there being Kiki girl, this one is Kiki too.
Thank you. I am here, y'all. Like, seriously, I feel like we all got to stick together, as a community and support each other. Like, I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
Seriously, thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for that.
So what's some dream roles? Like if you was booking yourself, because oftentimes people don't understand this, a lot of times people that's not in the business, that we don't choose what we get. Our agents toss it to us, and then we got to, go for what we know. But if you had to choose a role, and I want you to think of one that's, if you had to take somebody's role that's happening, if there's like a favorite character that's happening on screen right now, that you like, man, I wish I could take that role, as well as one that you could just come up with on your own. What are these two characters?
I would love to do... One day I will do. I'm gonna change the way I speak that. One day I will do a biopic. I love. I think Queen Sugar really has showed me has spoiled me as far as like acting, having roles that are real, that really that portray real people. And I would not only feel like honored, but a bit of a challenge to, and I love a challenge, to do a biopic. So the movie that I would choose, or the role.
You're headed in mind.
Right, see.
No, I didn't, but.
You know, if they were to do a live action Princess and the Frog.
Oh, Tiana, yeah.
I can see you doing that.
I want something more, just a little bit more dynamic. Yeah, more real.
Probably like a younger
I mean?
Michelle Obama, definitely.
Yes. I love the role that Taraji played in, what's the biopic that she recently did? What is it?
You mean with Hidden
Figures? Hidden Figures. I would love to do that, like something like that.
Are you on first name basis with Taraji Henson?
Oh, okay. Let me find out.
I'm speaking that too. Speaking all of it.
What you got, Jay Steele? You want to keep it real?
Yeah. So, what do you think is the hardest part of trying to balance being like an actress and what's the word I could use? I guess the hardest part of being an actress and trying to balance being from here and also feeling like, you know, staying rooted here versus kind of leaving those roots and branching out.
Yeah, do you plan to leave?
Yes, but I will always come back. No doubt about it. What's the hardest part about staying rooted in it is, you know, leaving my family and leaving the people I care about. But that's why I always stress that I will be back, and I'm doing this for y'all, for my people. And I feel like the more and more I express that, then I don't have to worry about anything else. I have no doubt about in my mind that I'm going to be successful, and I'm going to be successful for my people.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm so glad to have you here. So what's coming up next for Miss Tanyell Waivers?
Right now,
besides the next few seasons of Queen Sugar and the character gets to blossom, what else is happening?
Well, actually, right now, I'm just enjoying my free time, relaxing.
You
You
get to relax?
I am relaxing.
I need to be an actress.
Well, really? It's easier said than done, but I choose to, I'm relaxing and working on my craft right now. I'm going to LA to dive into that, dive in more classes. If I'm not on set, I am working on my craft. No doubt about it. Yeah.
Driven. And where can we follow you on social networks?
You can follow me on IG at Tanny Fanny. My nickname is Tanny. You might call me that. Or Facebook at Tanyell Waivers.
You should have told me I could call you Tanny from the beginning. That would have been a whole different interview. Like, Tanny!
Well, not interviews, so we have first name basis.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
all right, well,
nickname.
Tanny, anytime you want to come back and talk to us, you're absolutely welcome. You have beautiful energy, and it was a great interview with you. Thank you. One more time for Miss Tanyell Waivers from Queen Sugar, y'all. We're gonna get the fake applause. I hate the fake applause when I want to.
Definitely at the day to start really applauding. He started clapping.
Oh man, Mastermind, what you got queued up for us next?
Well, I got one by our very own Lady Marcel.
Yeah,
I love her music, yo. Kaylee, Kalena Celeste.
Oh, look. Her face dropped so quick.
Well, this is one from our own Lady Martian, you guys. Stay tuned to the Misbelief Radio Show. Check us out on Facebook Live because we have a lot of fun behind the scenes. And as always, don't get none on you. Thank you for coming.
I know. I feel like you was busy. You was booked.
Yeah, so much.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been back and forth between here and Atlanta. So.
Go on YouTube, Gubble Monster 504. We got movies with her and shit. You feel me?
Hey! Y'all, this is where I started. Y'all gave me my first shot. For
Tell
real.
them that shit.
I'm so serious. Like, my very first thing was with
Gumbo Monster.
Gumbo Monster.
504 on YouTube. Check us out.
Yes.
A bunch of us, everybody except Oshun.
I'm the only one that don't be acting and
shit. Nothing yet, but Kalane is okay. But almost all of us in some of the films, and they're good. Check us out. Subscribe. This is what I was showing you. This Facebook.
You're not in one of the movies yet.
You got 3 likes.
Just yet.
I'm not moving. You know, I have a background in theater. I don't really like film though. I was just telling Devin. I feel like there's more freedom in theater than film. It just makes me feel awkward when I do it. Yeah.
Come on, let's take a picture.
I want to take a picture. Oh, that's me.
Leave your phone, Tanny.
Oh, I was like, wait, how are you watching me on there?
She like,
She's like, I don't care about this phone.
okay. I just want to play one.
Trying to move.
Wait, can you put the camera
I
back
gotta
on
remember
me?
these right here.
Every commercial break, he gonna be like,
Put the camera back on me?
oh, you got it, boo?
Wait, put the camera on me.
It's on you.
Ha! Oh, it's delayed.
Yeah.
Wait, come on, you.
Ha! Oh, my shirt looks... It's raining men. Hallelujah. It's raining men.
She's such a Libra, y'all.
And then.
And everybody was one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, jump in the
Anybody want to do
Oshun.
I want one.
You want to come? I can't take it with that, but oh, would you want to be in the picture?
Come on, y'all, for the whole
Oh,
time.
somebody take a picture of Brian and hold on.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Lock in.
Hey,
y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. It look a little blurry. Oh shit. Oh.
Are you want Devin on that side?
Okay. Can y'all scoot over a little bit so it can be a little bit more centered with that?
She's such an autistic mind.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
One more.
Clint, what's the name of this song?
Oh, strange. Normally, if you're going to get it, it has to be balanced. I used to be a photographer. Okay.
What we looking?
Right. I'm done looking at
like
Me, Instagram.
Brian, why you record this on Facebook Live?
Who else I'm gonna talk to?
People watching us.
I can't talk to myself.
Oh, you want the picture too, huh?
Yeah, he do want a picture.
Okay. That's
so
Get one for Brian. Yeah, Brian.
Take a picture by himself. Nah.
Thank you. Y'all color coordinated a little. I like it.
Oh,
The fall colors. Okay.
There you go.
Coordinate.
Open so we can see it perfect. Good
Hey,
job.
Tony.
Good job. One more. It's a little shadow in the camera.
Hey, my kid.
Angle on there.
Hey, Oshun.
Hey. Mikey, you on here? Mikey, I just told a funny story about you.
That was my kid Smith.
Oh, sorry.
Not my kid Javon. Take this.
What? Oh. What am I supposed to do with it?
If you want to talk to him, get him talking.
Oh, wait, my hand's in front of it.
Is Queen Sugar on Hulu?
No.
Queen Sugar's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix?
Just the first season.
Well, I can catch up. You know what? Go talk to Lamont.
Where's Lamont?
Sitting over there. I'm about to say something, but you can't have me on.
Oh, Brian wanted it.
Oh, you want it?
Not Beyonce.
You didn't really want? I mean, I was trying to get Lamont in there.
You trying to do what?
Lamont has something.
Yeah, let's. You want to talk to Lamont?
So we're gonna do him last.
Lamont is.
What's going on?
What up, Lamont?
Going on, bitch.
Tell them about the Power Circle.
Power Circle is going to be a collaborative effort. It's going to be a celebration for International Human Rights Day, which is December 10th. That's been a holiday circa the United Nations since 1948. So knowing that human rights was a major part of the civil rights movement here in America, we're going to be celebrating our own way, New Orleans style, for 3 days. We're going to do 10 events in 3 days for the December 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. The main event will be on the 10th at Circle Food Store in the parking lot. The Mardi Gras Indians going to be involved. Sonny Patterson going to be involved. Scribe called Quest, he'll be involved. Agnew, we got an elementary school, Martin Berman, that's going to be involved. It's a big effort. Club Caribbean.
Are you coming back here next week to talk to us some more about it?
Most definitely. I'll be on the show.
Yep,
if you put the mic in my hand, I'm going to tell them something.
Okay.
Let them know what's going on. And I'm going to bring some posters too. I'll bring a little something for y'all to look at.
Can you do a real shout out for our Instagram just to let them know next week you'll ready? Like a hey, my name is Blah, you'll find me this. Next week I'll be on
What's the date next week? December what? Tomorrow, December 2nd, right?
Yes.
Just so we have a little bit more content for next week. Ready? Go.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Mike Simmons. I'll be out on the show December 2nd to give y'all some information on the Power Circle event coming up December 10th, International Human Rights Day.
Sounds good. Thank you, buddy.
There you go. Hey, buddy. You want to say hi?
Say hi.
Yeah, just followed you.
How was your Thanksgiving? Good. What was? Did you like any of your food?
Yeah, send me the flyer. And I'll do that to one.
All right, buddy.
That's it.
I can tell you know what's going on out here.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because you be having the good ones. You be having, if the old people having like a Christmas supper, a bingo. I'm going to bingo and I'm letting them old man. I'm having like 5-6 calls. I'm going to bingo and I'm giving them old folks the blues. And when I win,
come sit over here. That's my routine thing.
Yeah.
It's a better visual angle of
and when I win, is like I'm not playing this. I told you it's gonna be like bingo.
Bye, Teeny Fanny.
Oh.
We love you, Teeny Fanny.
I love y'all. Thank you so much.
Well, I didn't get no picture of Brian, but hold on. I'm gonna get Oshun to take my picture.
Oh, come on, boo.
That thing on picture.
With my raggedy iPhone, I need to get a 7 or 8.
You raggedy?
It worked. You get text message. You can make calls in and out. Going. You good.
1, 2, 3.
We back on the air.
Are we? Why they phone me?
So what?
Come on, party people.
You body rolling for drinks on me, I mean. Imagine you gonna body roll with us, please. Body rolling along everything. Jason, would you also body roll with us? Malik, would you also body roll with us, please? Welcome back to the Misbelief Radio Show. We in the studio body rolling. So we just in here body rolling just to pass the time. You listen live on WBOK AM 1230. Give us a call at 504-260-9265 and talk to us. I'm DC Paul, the Millennial Art Studio, and who's this to my right?
Hi, everybody. It's me, Oshun.
And
How
who's
y'all
this?
doing?
This is Malik. I give tours.
All right.
This is that actor guy, Mr. Bats.
And who that is over there?
Hi, it's Jay Steele keeping it real.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Y'all hear me?
Oh, no.
This mic is not on. I'm being sabotaged. No, it is.
All right, we got to finagle with that microphone to get her on. But who that is in the booth? What's that, the Mastermind? What was that last song that had us body rolling just now? That had us in. What song was that? Okay. Oh, that was a nice one. I didn't know that was Girl Rev. Okay, so tell Girl Rev they got a body roll on their hands. That's a hit. So this is probably my favorite segment here on the Misbelief Radio Show. What's going on out here?
What's going on out here?
You heard me?
You heard me?
This is where we talk about local news, talking points, events, just things that happen out here in the city of New Orleans that interest and affects us as millennials. I'm gonna kick it off to Mr. Bats first. I'm gonna try to help out Mr. J Steele. Bats, what's going on out here, man?
Well, one thing that's going on out here is, y'all been hearing about the whole fiasco with LeVar Ball and getting this versus Trump. And, people like, a lot of people been telling LeVar Ball that he need to bend over and apologize to Trump.
They said those words?
Huh?
Bend over?
I mean, that's how I'm feeling. That's what you're telling this man to do. You hear me? Like, it's just so weird to me that the president to come out his way and get on Twitter with so many things that's going on that he should be paying attention to. He getting on Twitter coming at this man, trying to force this black man to bend over and kiss his ass. So, Master P came out and was one of the people saying he should thank Trump because God would like it. So,
God would like it.
Because God would like it. I'm like, dog, I don't think God was down with Trump talking. A lot of things that Trump be on, like, grabbing the da and all the other stuff he be talking. There's a lot of things that God don't like. So I don't think all of a sudden God gonna like a Nazi trying to force a black man to bend over and kiss his ass.
Well, I need Master P to know that God didn't like that Essence performance.
God was not pleased.
That was a classic.
Yeah, shame on Master P, but I guess, is he a Trump supporter? Did he ever come out and support Trump?
I don't think he's a Trump supporter. I think they just was, Master P, one thing I say about Master P is we already know, like, he always be on this positive kick. So I think they came to him with the question and he was trying to say the most positive thing that he could say. But sometimes, bro, the best thing to say nothing. You feel me? I was like, if you ain't got nothing, just don't say nothing. Because, like, while everybody was coming at LeVar Ball and all this, I'm thinking in my mind, like, well, I kind of see where you coming from, bro. You just want me to kiss your ass. Because the thing is, no matter what, Donald Trump would have Donald Trump ain't trying to look like he a little punk. And he feeling like he looking like a little punk to the rest of the world if he would have let them take them boys and keep them in China. So it had nothing to do with him having this bleeding heart. He care about the boys. Otherwise, he wouldn't have came back later talking about should have left their asses in jail. Right. So that lets you already know where his heart is with it. So it ain't about thinking, oh, God would like it, man. What God would like is, you know what I mean, follow up. Like you said, Malik, we deserve the better Essence performance. That's all.
And honestly, in the spirit of service, if you're doing something out of the kindness of your heart or because it's the right thing to do,
tell it.
You should not expect people to praise or thank you for it, and you damn sure don't ask them for their gratitude.
Or try to bully them.
Or try to bully them into it. So, right. I mean, but we know our president is trash, so it's no surprise. But I guess
Master P should know our president is trash.
He should know trash. But that's since performance was trash. But that's what's going on out here. Oh, Oshun, what you got, baby? What's going on out here?
Man, so I was reading over that kind of the day, and me and Malik was actually just talking about this. Do y'all know that Desiree Charbonnet's brother did an interview with NOLA.com? It was basically I wish it would have came out like 2 weeks sooner. But he went there and he went to telling people that he realized that his sister should not have done that. He told her she should have not wrong. She was like, Desi, that's Mr. Bernard I'm talking about. Mr. Bernard goes, Desi, why you do that, Desiree? You shouldn't have did
that. It seemed like he was saying that not because he didn't think that she would win, but because just getting into politics is so draining. He said he's been in it for years, and he mentioned that people will say things to tear you down just for sports, just for the fun of it, and he didn't want his sister to get into that. So.
And I quote, my advice to her was not to do it. She came to me and said she wanted to run for mayor, and I said, does it? You don't want to do that, sis. And he went on to basically tell her that being in this political game ain't no joke, especially in New Orleans. You either gonna sling mud or get the mud slung on you, and guess what?
She slung that mud.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
has to be.
That's what's going on.
Her potato salad had all the mud.
All the mud in it. They dropped it out, down on the ground, and picked it back up.
Wow, the potato salad was made in the kitchen, in the sink.
In the zinc.
So I got what's going on out here, yo.
Yeah.
Power Circle 2017 observes National Human Rights Day on, actually it's a 3-day event from December the 8th to December the 10th. And they're going to have about 10 events in those 3 days. But the biggest event happens on the 10th at Circle Food Store at 1522 St. Bernard Avenue. It's going to be a bunch of live performances. Sonny Patterson, a scribe called Quest, who's a friend of the show. He's been here twice now. You will get to support some black-owned businesses. You'll get vendors selling food, clothes, jewelry, art, lit, photography. It'll be a spacewalk. You'll be fitness and nutrition areas. So it's a lit-ass event that's happening on International Human Rights Day. And next week we'll have my homie Lamont Simmons here on the show just to talk more about it, so you know what you're getting into. But it sounds like what you're getting into is some goodness, right? I mean, Sonny Patterson and Quest are two of the what's the word when you just stalwart. They're two of the stalwarts of the local poetry scene. Not even the local poetry scene, man. These people travel, internationally. So. They got a live performance, including a bunch of other stuff happening, DJ, black-owned businesses, and a bunch of stuff happening. So Power Circle Food Store, we still got you, boo. That's the tagline. But December 10th, from 10 a.m. until dark. That's an all-day block party.
Yep.
At Circle Food Store. Okay, so check that out. That's what's going on out here on December 10th. Jay Steele, keep it real.
Jay Steele, I don't have a mic on.
The mic still ain't working for Jay Steele?
Oh man, gotta
move on. We need some tech people.
Gotta move on over.
We'll share this microphone. Yeah, come on and tell us what's going on out here, Jay Steele.
I'm gonna tell y'all what's going out here, combined with a little keeping it real on top of still having a little bit of this cold sauce on,
kind of sultry.
Yeah, little Tony Rancher going on. So tomorrow, or actually, let's see, is this tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow, November 26th, there is going to be a screening and fundraiser launch party for a film called The Adulterer. And this was actually created by a guy from here named Gian Smith.
You know Gian?
Yeah, I know Gian. Gian's a friend of mine.
Okay, yeah. I thought somebody, you should know Gian.
Anyway, the film basically has traveled to a dozen cities to screen since its release in 2015, and Sunday will be the final New Orleans screening to mark the beginning of the next iteration for the film as it begins development into an episodic series. It's going to be at Cafe Istanbul, and it's a free party that's going to include music, screenings of works by a couple of different other filmmakers, including Gumbo Monster, Captain Extra, shout out. And you'll be able to meet the people that created the projects, dance, have fun, and help raise money to support local and independent arts. So I think everybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Everybody should go. But go support local filmmakers here in the city. It's a free event, but it is a fundraiser, so expect to give up some of them ducats. And I didn't know Gumbo Monster was screening Captain Extra.
Yeah, man.
So tomorrow, Cafe Istanbul, what time? I was going anyway, but
it's from noon to 3.
From noon to 3, Cafe Istanbul, The Adulterer, and I guess some other.
It's like about 4.
Yeah, it's like 4 different movies.
No, check that out. Cafe Istanbul tomorrow from noon until 3.
Carl got a movie in there. I think Adrian, Domino.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kept it real, huh?
So real.
I love it. Mastermind, do you have what's going on out here?
Well, it's not like coming up soon, but they just started selling tickets for
WrestleMania.
When is that? They started selling tickets
Oh
already.
wow, it's like not in December.
It's that real though. All over the world too.
But you only have one WrestleMania.
What arena is this happening in? In the dome, okay, yeah. Okay, so
it's like the Super Bowl of wrestling.
It's exactly the Super Bowl of wrestling. You know what I mean? And it's the second time it came to New Orleans, because the first time it made a whole bunch of money, maybe about 3-4 years ago. Me and Raheem Glaspie, shouts out, went to that joint that year, and now they say, well, a lot of people, like people often do, they come to New Orleans and they love New Orleans, so they won't come back. So they coming back, and once again, like they said, people from all over the world come here. So yeah, they usually start selling them early, because they'll be sold out by a month or two beforehand, for real, for real.
That's cool. Well, that's what's going on out here. WrestleMania 2018 here in the Dome. Malik, you freak. What's going on out here, my man?
Well, we got to acknowledge that Grambling State University just beat Southern 30-21 down to the fourth quarter. Shout out to the Bayou Classic. This is just such a great family event for New Orleans and black fans. So it's like black excellence on college steroids. It's just everything. So bands, fraternities, sororities, you know.
Who won the step show? You don't know?
Beta Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. One the male.
Alfred, you mean?
Yeah. Alfred.
Beta Sigma from Southern University?
Yes. I don't know who won the woman competition for the sororities, but I know that for the Alphas won the fraternities.
That's what's up. That's what's going on. So wait, what else? Is there any Sunday Bayou Classic things, or is today the final?
I don't know, but you know, black folks love a good brunch.
I'm sure. And a white party, or a day party. Yeah, I'm sure something got to be happening. Oh, you know what? They got to have a gospel service to culminate the whole weekend of debauchery, huh? They don't have a Bible Classic gospel service?
Don't look at me. Y'all know I don't.
Well, you know what? Here's what's going on out here. Blazing worship. Blazing worship is in the morning. Yeah, that's TheMisbelief presents Blazing Worship. It is a gospel brunch for a very specific audience, and we be having a good time at that thing. It's the last Sunday of every month, and it's a lot of products, food, drinks, edibles, snacks. There'll be some live music and a Blazing Worship playlist curated by DC Paul himself. So, who? Who is DC Paul? DC Paul himself. That's me, by the way. So, come on out. It's at 11 a.m. We go until 3. The music starts at 1:30. It's a free event, and it's a lot of fun. It's a self-care event, in my opinion. It's how you really take care of yourself and free your mind.
I agree.
So, come out to Blazing Worship tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. And that's what's going on out here. Bets.
Yeah, man.
You got one? What's going on out here, bro?
I mean, this computer being weird, but y'all heard about Mayor Landrew. He's making a book. He's writing a book about race.
I knew it was coming.
What's up, Malik, the historical geek? As soon as I said that, Malik was like, oh Lord. He's supposedly writing a memoir about...
Probably got a big signing contract, too.
About
writing his book.
I bet he did, about race and being this white-ass lawyer, white-ass mayor in this black-ass city, so, you know. What you saying?
So the problem is...
if I say I got it,
that's the problem. The problem is, all of us know that there have been people on the ground who really made that happen. Made
You talking about the monuments?
But the monuments coming down in the city of New Orleans. So there were activists on the ground doing grassroots campaigns. One, Michael Quest Moore, Angela K-Law, those are the real leadership of this that made this happen. So to have their legacy in the city kind of be whitewashed almost immediately is very, very insulting.
Right.
So I'm not cool. That's not cool.
Because it's not like he's gonna shout them out in his
Right.
Right, exactly.
Give them an insert.
You dig?
Wait, so the monument is going to be like a central point of the book? Is that what you're saying? Or
Right.
I thought it was writing about race.
It's about race, but it's also in dealing with the monuments. New Orleans Mayor is working on a book about his views on race and his support for taking down 4 Confederate monuments earlier this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Viking told Associated Press that land through in the shadow of statues, a white Southerner confronts history. That's his superhero story. It sounds like a superhero white man story. This white Southerner came,
and the question is,
it's what it sounds like, a white savior story.
Yeah, and the question is this white man really white?
And that's what I was about to say.
What about?
Hold on. Because it's about people passing for years. Okay, my great grandma is still alive to this day. And she'll tell you how all of them was passing. Okay, so I believe her. I don't know about nothing else that they got going on. But something in the milk ain't clean.
Something in the buttermilk is not clean.
You already know Miss keep that real low cut.
Okay.
He'll never let it grow.
And when you start thinking about it, all this add up. All of it add up when you think about it, piece by piece.
Yeah, I can believe it. I can see it.
Well,
I don't know why he would want to pass as being black.
That is
so
kind of
lit.
weird.
Especially for New Orleans. I mean, if you're gonna be black anywhere, you're gonna be the mayor. Why not be? Well, I guess he wanted to be the first white mayor. But one thing that bothers me at any point, whenever a white person says, "I'm about to write this thing about race," I'll instantly go, "Are you now? Like, really, you're about to tell us about race?" It's just.
But maybe he's not telling us.
It's not for us. It's not for us. Yeah, it's not for us. It's not for us.
Because I don't need to read a white man's book about race.
Exactly.
But you mentioned Take Him Down, Nola, in that article. And I was thinking about them earlier today. I think I had an idea for the next project that Take Him Down, Nola could tackle. These traffic cameras. I mean, is it not time to take them down?
Well, my new mayor-elect said she's getting ready. Yeah. She made us a promise, and she about to get ready.
Why you got to do the? Is it the TD or the Jubilee? You did Jubilee. Okay, she's getting ready.
That's what she said. She said that was her first promise.
Taking them down,
and she ain't backing down from it.
I mean, there was that news story we had last week about how like $28 million is supposed to get refunded or something from off of those cameras. So they got to be the next step. Should be taking them down if that money ever comes.
That's what she said.
And somebody said on my Facebook today. So apparently that refund only applies to the first 3 years that the traffic cameras were up. Because I just started running right through them. As soon as I saw that article, I was like, shoot, man, F these traffic cameras. She was like, no. So I don't know how the government works. I don't know. I thought that was it right there. I could just go, but apparently not. So, yeah, they said the settlement only applies to the first 3 years they were active, and they're here to stay for another minute. So don't get booted. Shout out to Ashley Rose Bailey for the heads up.
Well, take them down, Nola. Yeah, y'all need to handle up on it.
Please, can we have a second line? Can we march about it? I will organize that march. Okay, I bring all of these envelopes that sent me in the mail, and we can wave them. Second line with them like their handkerchiefs. Just get them out the way. Just tickets. Oh man, who up next? Malik, what's going on out there?
I want somebody to explain to me. I just saw something online. I'm not too sure how true it is, but I heard something about the Carver Theater. I'm not too sure we talked about that.
You saw it online
with Torrance Taylor. With Torrance mentioned that.
Let me go.
Torrance mentioned that the Carver Theater was being repossessed or shut down. Something like that. It was being shut down. And some other people posted some things about that as well underneath his post. And you know, when you have things like that that's trying to be an anchor in the community, especially in that community, it's kind of weird when something starts and then all of a sudden it's just gone. You know.
Right.
Well, it's not all of a sudden. You know, the most recent owners of the Carver Theater were not like they ain't been there that long owning the space. And they've had several owners. Since I moved back to the city in 2014, the Carpets had at least 2 or 3 owners. So I ain't hear nothing about repossession. I heard bankruptcy.
Well, we know it's some kind of legal.
Yeah, because we were doing our show every Thursday. The Corner Collective was happening there, and then it happened on a Wednesday night, and then that Thursday morning when I was supposed to do the barbershop is when I got some text messages. First, people was texting me asking me what happened, and then I got a text reading about it. So the current owners, it's a big project to handle. That's a historic theater, and they try to make money having programs in the lobby, on the VIP lounge, or whatever you want to call it. But I feel like for something like that, it has to be open, because they were trying to make money off the bar. If it's not ticket sales, it's going to be off the bar. Yeah. So you got to utilize the bar on the first and second floor, and damn near every night out the week. You know what I mean? Like, you could have bands, there could be comedy, there could be poetry. There's so much stuff you could do if somebody wants to own a performance venue in the city. But with the Carver in particular, it seems like they were relying on the bar to support it. For like the free events, they needed people to support the bar. And yeah, and it didn't quite work out for them. But I mean, apparently it's on the market.
Well, I wish a group of community. I mean, it seemed like that would be great for just all type of community, from Mardi Gras Indians, from brass bands. I wish that could be given back to the cultural community of New Orleans, and not somebody outside of New Orleans trying to make a profit off of people from New Orleans.
Yeah, because these most recent owners, while they were very good people, they weren't black. One of them, he's from France. He's not black, like I said. He plays jazz music. So he's kind of immersed in like the New Orleans culture, but like it would be great for that historically black theater in that historically black neighborhood,
right?
Just to be owned by some black people from New Orleans. That would be awesome, right? Who got the money?
GoFundMe.com.
Right. The L'Oreal family. Okay.
I'm about to say, if y'all could go fund Charles Manson.
Right.
Charles Manson got a GoFundMe page for his funeral arrangements, and this dude then chopped off pregnant women's heads and stuff, and y'all, they got a lot of other things y'all could be doing, y'all throwing your money at, such as...
Help the Misbelief buy the Carter.
Actually, you know what? We have had a few The Misbelief campaigns. We tried to sell T-shirts. We did a fundraiser when we first started, but let's go for that one again. We're gonna start a GoFundMe.
Help the Misbelief buy the Carver.
Help the Misbelief buy the Carver. And we'll just
my idea.
We're gonna see how much people believe in us.
They're gonna be like, no.
I mean, I am the millennial Arsenio. I feel like hopefully I could do a little something with it. I can't every night.
We'll have someone for plays and
acting. They can screen movies there. There's concerts.
Yeah, we can do this.
We absolutely could. I mean,
let me get my purse.
Minds together, we can run the Carver Theater.
I got $1. Hold on.
I got $1.
Let's start somewhere.
I'll quit my job.
We quit jobs?
No, we need you to keep your job. We need money. You see what they went bankrupt. What you mean?
We need that income.
You're right.
So who next? JC, you need this?
Yeah, I do.
What's going on out here, JC?
My local artist kick. So on Wednesday, December 6th, starting at 7 p.m., Kevin Styles.
Oh, we love Kevin Styles.
One of my favorite singers, local artists, all that kind of stuff. He's having a music video release party for his song Without You. It's taking place at the Renaissance New Orleans Arts Warehouse District Hotel on Chaptooth Street in New Orleans. So y'all need to go.
I don't like these sick boys.
I know. I don't like it either. I'm not feeling it either.
I have one, and then
well, hold on. Kevin Styles, Without You. He was here this a few weeks ago. He performed Without You. So I guess we should support Kevin Styles and check out his video release, man. Cool ass dude. He just performed at a Bayou Classic thing today. And then he had something yesterday with Cool Nasty. I played at the Ace Hotel. Yeah, he's popping. He's popping. Shout out to Kevin Styles and all the working artists here in the city of New Orleans. Oshun, what you got? What's going on out here?
Okay, so I love musical theater. Like, this is my favorite thing ever in life. Okay. In the 2018-19 New Orleans Musical Theater lineup is going to be everything. Do y'all know Hamilton is coming here? I am the Color Purple, Rent, Hamilton. Come on, don't you think on your feet, girlfriend. The Little Mermaid, and Motown. I think they're coming back, but I'm not sure. I'll let y'all know later. But definitely Rent, The Color Purple, and Hamilton are coming like back to back, like they're knocking them out.
To the singer? Or
to the singer.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm going to be there for each show.
I think I'm going to be with you.
Can we add that to the GoFundMe? Help us give the kids culture. That's it.
Yeah, actually, we, a bunch of actors here. Many of us got our start with theater. Did you start off with theater?
No, I started with commercials.
You started on commercials.
Yeah.
But we support theater and live entertainment wholeheartedly here in the city. Speaking of live entertainment, man, so tonight, our homeboy Raheem Gillespie, is that tonight or tomorrow?
That's just tonight. Noir thing?
Yeah, the all black party. Two of our homies, Raheem Gillespie and Darren Lindsay, they're at Gravity Street Social tonight. I believe it's at 9:30, even though Facebook is telling me it's tomorrow. It's at 9:30 tonight at Gravity Street Social. Raheem is performing, and that's always an experience. At the same time, Ari, who was here in the station a few weeks ago, she's performing at the Blue Now with Cool Nasty.
That's tonight at 9 p.m. in Noir joint.
Tonight at 9. And then, there's a party called Crescendo at the Three Keys Ace Hotel. Shout out to my homie Blaze. I believe that's a queer themed party. So if you're queer, you're in the city looking for something to do, go to Ace Hotel for Crescendo tonight. You heard me? What up, Malik? What's going on out here, bro?
So on Sunday, you can close your weekend out with Abstract Nola.
Oh, yeah.
They have Abstract Sunday night. They have a fire lined up. It's just going to be, Abstract is just so cool because for me, who's a little bit older millennial, it's cool to see the younger millennials do their thing and perfect their craft. So Abstract Note is definitely the spot to see what are the young creatives doing in the city.
Mm-hmm. I love Abstract Note. They're like an art showcase. They will show you visual art. You get a live musical performance. You get some poetry. It's usually, I hosted it one time. I was funny, but the other hosts are at least engaging. And it's always a good time. I like that they try out different venues. Where's the next one happening at?
Is at the Gravier Street location.
Okay, that's the original location. I knew it from that. But I mean, it was a good time when they were at 14 parishes. It was a good time when it was at the Carver. And now they're back at Gravier Street. So that's tomorrow, huh? Abstract Notice, Asada Jones, Erica Flowers, Stephon Renee, DJ Chinwa, who's trying to be my favorite DJ. I like Chinwa. He's trying. I hate to say it out loud. He's trying, but
you better
Chinwa,
not say that too loud.
All right, I'm sorry. I said it too many times already, but he's good.
No, he's a great brother, and I love the way he mixes.
Yeah, man. And then his song selections, they don't be like what you hear on the radio all the time, but like he's a viber. I'll give him that. So, Bats, what's going on out here, man?
Man, I just want to see somebody get your uncle. I need somebody to get their uncle.
Mine?
You hear me? Might be your uncle, you feel me? A 42-year-old man was arrested Thursday on suspicion of stealing an alcoholic beverage from a woman near Lee Circle.
Wait, what?
Authorities allege that Kevin Brown, 42, punched a 24-year-old woman in the face and grabbed an alcoholic beverage from her hand after a verbal altercation somewhere on St. Charles Avenue around Lee Circle. And an NOPD preliminary, they filed a preliminary incident report, and they charging him. They trying to charge for alleged robbery. But I'm like, say, somebody get your uncle, son. What kind of verbal altercation can you be having where you feel like, you know what? Not only am I gonna punch this woman in the face, and I'm gonna take her drink and run away.
Well, two things. One, is the place formerly known as Lee Circle.
Right.
We're
gonna call it throw that ass in a circle.
Throw that ass in a circle.
And the next thing is, dang, man, he really wanted to drink. He could have just
But would this be a news story anywhere else but New Orleans? Like a man punched a woman in the face and took her drink, and it is on NOLA.com.
It's on NOLA.com.
It's a Times Picayune, y'all.
Because, bro, we don't be stealing nobody drink in New Orleans, Jeremy. That's big major offense right there, you dig? Like, you gonna take my drink, though? Like, nah. And then, of course, he punched her in the face, which was, once again, get your uncles, y'all. That ain't real. So, like, yeah, that just tripped me out when I was reading it. And I was like, once again, it's on NOLA.com. Let me bring it to the misbelief.
But what kind of drink was it?
Right.
Was it a big daiquiri? Was it worth it?
You know what? It could have been a race thing. Maybe she probably said the N-word, and he was like, "I'm gonna show you your N-word."
And I'm gonna take your daiquiri.
That's right. And that's close to Uptown.
I wonder why was they at throw that ass in a circle?
I don't know.
So many
so many questions.
At 4:15,
so many
before the
questions.
sun even went down.
Here goes something I didn't read that might add to it. Brown was booked in New Orleans, and all these parish jails shortly after 10 p.m. He was booked on 4 counts, including 2 for simple robbery, 1 for cocaine possession.
We know that story.
We know that story. And 1 for drug paraphernalia.
The details of this article. So the robbery was reported at 4:15. He was booked shortly after 10 p.m.
That's all these parish.
6 hours for simple battery and stealing the daiquiri.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you've ever been arrested in New Orleans, you already know it take forever to get booked. And if you don't know, now you know. You heard me? We got the proof. 4:15, 10 p.m. He just got booked. Either way it go, the cocaine said it all.
Let's go ahead and knock on wood, because while I have done time, has not been an OPP.
I would love to talk about that.
Oh, you know what we have to talk about? So on our last the show that came on right before this one, Brother Peter from the Den, he gave us a really great talking point that I want to talk to us as millennials. He said he charges us to find the oldest living member of your family and to find out who else in your lineage does or did what you do. Mm-hmm. So he's a poet. He found 2 other poets in his family. I'm an actor and a comedian. I know of maybe an actor in my family. No comedians, no radio personalities. But that's a good thing for us to try to, if you're looking to reconnect with the older generations in your family, talk to one of the older people and figure out, maybe anybody in my family do this too.
Right. That'll be interesting.
We ain't original like
that
you
is
think
really
we
interesting.
That would be really interesting. I feel like history repeats itself a lot of the time.
Anybody know if they have somebody else in their family doing what they do?
Nope.
I had a cousin, and I just saw him for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. He lived in New York. He was an actor. The best thing, the most notable thing he did was he was a stand-in for Alvin on the Cosby Show, like Sandra's husband. Yeah, because he was built like Alvin, and he kind of fair-skinned like that. And that's my cousin David. That's the only actor I know of, or even performance artist that I think I know of in my family. So I'm gonna do some more research and find out who else in the Carpenter family is getting down.
Really not just acting. You just want to talk to your family and figure out what were their passions. Because a lot of times in those 50s and the 40s and the 30s, a lot of young black people had ambitions and they were told you cannot do that.
Right.
You cannot act. You can't. Right. And they still had that thing in them. So talk to the older family members and say, what was that thing before you did this? What did you want to do?
True. Right. Because if they didn't have a chance to live out, I can understand they didn't have a chance to pursue what they may have wanted to, but let me figure out what it is you may have wanted to do. Let me see where I get it from,
Because you probably have performers all in your family.
I've got to find them.
I know my family full of the dramatics.
Yeah, true.
Definitely full of the dramatics.
Your mama is a straight up comedian, man.
My mama she's
funny.
Y'all, listen, my mama is a very unique individual, and I guess unicorns do run in my family because my mama is a rare breed.
There she is.
She thinks that here's a small story and I'll let you go. For Thanksgiving, we were all sitting in my grandma. My grandma has a 2-story shotgun that we converted into one house. So we were sitting next door in the kitchen, and my cousin came in, and I left the kitchen. So I left everybody, and I went to go sit in the room by myself. Hours passed. It was time for us to go. So my cousin was like, well, why did you leave? I said, well, I don't really like most of y'all, and I don't have time to pretend. Really? And my mama went, but we love you. We love you, Oshun. Mind you, my mama does not call me Oshun. She was like, y'all, give it up for Oshun. So she started doing this. Give it up for Oshun, y'all. Tell her we love you, girl. And I went, Mom. I said, see? And if you wasn't my mama, I wouldn't like you too. She was like, but we love you, girl. She kept doing that. And everybody was laughing. And I just walked out because she embarrassed me every time.
Let me just say that going to your family's house on Thanksgiving was the one thing I did that wasn't on my to-do list. Like, I check off this already done, check off this already done. And when I had free time and I wanted to enjoy myself, make sure you was at the house, and I went over there and got some of that good oyster dressing.
Well, and I'm going to say this, too. If y'all don't have family here, well, this is just for the Misbelief family, y'all. Just don't pop up.
I'm talking to everybody.
Y'all are more than welcome to come. My family never denies anyone, and we will feed you.
Yeah, man. That oyster dressing, I'm going to tell you, was made with cornbread. It was so good.
It's really good. I didn't make it, though.
I think we could take a break before we come back for our final 2 seconds. We'll play 1 or 2 songs on Mastermind. What you got queued up?
Ooh.
I love me some Cool Nasty. But can I make a request? I ain't heard Be the Light by Karen Green in a while. And did we also already play some Vigorous?
No, actually we haven't.
When you get kickers. Okay, well, let's make sure we do that too. If we have time to play 3, I don't know. I'm just making demands. I don't know.
I think we got it.
You demand. All right, y'all. Well, stay tuned to the Misbelief Radio Show, y'all. Don't get nothing on you.
Try not to.
Okay.
Bib life.
So, y'all, for family activities, I want to have a Brown Day Christmas Carol We all drinking brown liquor, and we go sing Christmas Carol for the people in the quarters in on Canal Street.
You want us to dress
We
up
filming this?
No, but no, she want us to get us up in the ugly sweaters. I'm just want us to get drunk and go do Christmas carols.
Okay.
With brown
I'm picking and choosing what parts of the holiday I want to take part in this year.
As you should.
The sweaters,
Yep.
the music, the good cheer, and the to-go place. And everything else, like, don't
I'll be
expect
damned.
nothing from me.
And the to-go place, but don't expect nothing from him.
Unless you once you win the lottery, you know.
Then I'm
Even then, don't expect nothing from me.
Hey, say the word, hey. Not you, you go to sleep. We gonna leave him alone. Cause he needs to rest.
So, you charging? Is it dead?
It's on 10%.
It's on 10%?
Sydney, sure. Sydney, Brian needs you.
They blind.
Huh?
What's up?
Oh, nothing.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was fine.
At 10%.
Can you have this for the rest of the show? Alright. It's charging, so you're going to be stationary.
Okay.
What's in your shirt? So, have you ever been to Material Land?
What is
It's
it?
on Bayou Road. It's a shop.
No, I haven't.
So she is a collector. She collects all kind of things. She's real like she collects old photos, and she takes the old photos and she makes them pans. So whenever I go, these are lanyards. She gives these out for free, and I go through it. I try to whatever in such a spirit call me. I get that done. So yeah. So just for the cool one, just got a sister. So just gave me the idea of.
She doesn't know who people are.
Nah, she don't. She said she wants to, one day she said, somebody come in and identify, like, that's my grandma or something.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah. Ah, cool, nasty.
How was Thanksgiving week? I think I asked you, but you didn't have time to talk.
Well, she got the camera pointed at me because I'm on the video. Said, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? I went, Oshun. Can you send me something so we can be on the same page? Even though we can freestyle, we need to at least know her home city.
Yeah.
When she went to college.
Let's look her up.
So she got a week.
Get an update with Khalid.
Yeah, come on, yes, Tyra, yes.
What's going on musically?
You're not feeling good tomorrow. You go down here.
I'm sorry. We have 3 songs, right? We have
No, Devin about to come in. Devin's gonna be a part of the interview too.
So we
Come on,
have
Wind and Water.
Wind and Water, and we
you
have
have Capricorn.
Capricorn. Okay.
So is it on SoundCloud?
No, I pulled them. I don't feel like they're ready yet. I've decided I'm gonna redo the entire album. I'm gonna add a few more songs, and
Won't you put out the ones that you have done yet?
they're not ready yet because what I'm trying to do is do some Kanye West type shit. And sometimes that takes a little bit longer when you don't have a huge team behind you, and I have to teach myself how to produce and make beats myself. But now I have a team of like 2. And what we're doing is we're remixing some of the tracks just so it can make sense. Because there's a lot of like changes within the beats and everything. So I want to take you on a journey where you can go with the lyrics. And it just has to be perfect or it'll sound really messy and you won't understand it.
So, since you're on your interview, you have a very unique fashion style.
Okay.
So question, where do you get that from?
I love watching her pictures on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
So swaggy and cool shit.
We're going to try to fix that microphone.
Oh, yeah, we can definitely do that.
I've always had a really unique, y'all catch me on good days, I'm really right now. I've always had a really unique sense of style. I started off like in high school sewing clothes and selling them. So when I was younger, I used to always watch Project Runway and go outside and like find different things like leaves or branches or video games and I took like a few classes in high school where I used to like take apart like my Nintendo game and drill it on the back of a belt and have it like that and put glitter and rhinestones on it. So it just always kind of had like a really unique style. So yeah. Is that it?
That doesn't have a switch on it? Because that's what happened to mine when it wasn't like on.
So yeah, because you're light, like this song.
You know what?
You gotta
What
be
is
the
this?
light.
I think maybe the wire might have to shorten it.
Cool.
That's what I think.
I think you should leave the music
That's
though,
what other wire, but it
south,
still didn't.
just so you can have something to
Make sure it's on the
somebody
floor right there
interested.
where Sydney's standing. Make
I
sure
think you
all
should
that's
put
plugged
something
in
out there.
to each
So,
other.
you know, some people can have something, you know,
There's a
it's like bait.
It is like bait. I have a few things out there, you know. I'm just trying to. Yeah. So yeah.
Who's taking your pictures?
Huh?
Who's doing your pictures?
Yeah, beautiful pictures.
Oh, I do my pictures myself. And
Yes.
I worked on the picture people for like 7 years. I do mobile photography. So I do a lot of stuff.
You know, we need a Misbelief photo shoot. We've been talking about that for too long.
Actually,
Yeah,
I already, today I started working on it. Actually, I contact
Okay.
India. No, today I
Watch
contacted
me on
India.
live.
Okay.
No, I know I started
It
working
ain't
on
be
it.
done until I do
But
it.
no, because India's not here. That's why
It
I'm
ain't be
working
done
on it.
until I do it. India was here. Is here.
No, she said she was doing life stuff. She said she wasn't. She said
Even still, we're gonna find a reason to keep pushing
No,
back.
no,
We're
she said
never
she's
gonna wait
gonna
on India.
She's gonna be December the 8th to January 7th. So
Okay.
those are our window to get our pictures taken.
Okay, so
Early
where are we
December.
gonna do them at? Where can we book it
I
at?
see it when it happens.
We gotta see how the weather is. But I prefer.
Oh,
to
not
be-
damn weather.
No, because I prefer to be outside, not
We've been talking about
inside.
since I've been here.
Kim, okay. Kip, would you like to take over that? You could, I
don't
could
mind taking over
give you
it.
some places, some in-studio places we can go.
Y'all send me some. I know a few people where we can go to.
Or I could do it.
I know. That's what I'm trying to think. If I could get a backdrop, I wonder how much it is to like. Let me look into it. Cause all I need is like a white backdrop, and I can take it myself.
I know people with white backdrops.
Yeah.
Then I did my headshots, caption Nola.
Send it to me. I can do it.
I love Mr. Karen Green.
You did that in your life today?
Trying to be the light.
Does Linda Green, she canceled her Tipitina's party.
Who?
Yakimine lady.
Why?
I don't know. It was supposed to be a day. Tipitina.
After this song, we
You going back?
Okay, all right. We can do we'll do the next takeover session, and hopefully we'll have room for time for another song before we close it up. We're going to play some vigorous. Try to have them on the show.
Raheem Gillespie, are you watching? You're supposed to be getting that voice right in.
I love Raheem, man. That dude.
I love my whole
squad full of winners, man. Whole squad full of winners. Everybody, we special. We
All we do is
get
win.
that work.
No matter what.
And we are back. We're back, yo. Welcome back to the Misbelief Radio Show on WBOK AM 1230. I'm DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio. And who's that to my right side?
Hi, my name is Oshun. I am not the millennial Arsenio, but I am the unicorn. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Who's that?
I'm but this is Malik. Oh, no tours.
Okay, and who's this to my left?
It's Jay Still. Jay Still keeping it real.
It's that actor got Martin Bradford.
And who's that to his left?
It's Jay Still keeping it real.
Test that mic for me real quick. Just do a mic check.
Mic check, mic.
Okay,
It's dated,
all right, that's fine. And then over there in the booth.
Today, Mike.
What's that, Mastermind? What was that last beautiful song you was just playing? Had me all in my feelings. I love me some Karen Green, man. Be the light.
It's a beautiful song.
Shout out to Brian Egland, Miss Sydney Jack, and Miss Kalana Celeste, all members of the Misbelief crew, as well as Miss India Mack and Madani and Joseph. We got a big crew, man. Big crew full of talented, awesome people. So this next segment here on the Misbelief Radio Show is where I like to let our resident rebel go unbridled, unrestricted, with reckless abandon, and smack someone on the back of their neck because they deserve it.
Yes.
So this week, Mr. Bat, who you giving that neck to?
All right, this week, I'm gonna try to conserve my energy. You feel me? Because I ain't feeling too well. But somebody still need to get that next. So, you know, the doctor of economics is in the building, and I just want throw a few things at y'all, bro. 11 facts about human trafficking. 1. Globally, the average cost of a slave, a human sex slave, is $90. 2. Trafficking primarily involves exploitation, which comes in many forms, including forcing victims into prostitution, subjecting victims to slavery and involuntary servitude, and compelling victims to commit sex acts for the purpose of creating pornography. 3. According to some estimates, approximately 80% of trafficking involves sexual exploitation, 19% involves labor exploitation. 4. There are approximately 20 to 30 million slaves in the world today. 5. According to the U.S. State Department, 600,000 to 800,000 people are trafficked across international borders every year. More than 70% are female and half are children. 6. The average age a teen enters the sex trade in the U.S. is 12 to 14 years old. Many victims are runaway girls who were sexually abused as children. 7. California harbors 3 of the FBI's 13 highest child sex trafficking areas in the nation. Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Diego in our own country. 8. The human trafficking hotline receives more calls from Texas than any other state in the U.S. 15% of those calls are from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. 9. Between 14,500 and 17,500 people are trafficked in the U.S. each year. 10. Human trafficking is the 3rd largest international crime industry behind illegal drugs and arms trafficking. It reportedly generates a profit of $32 billion every year. Of that number, $15.5 billion is made in industrialized countries. And last, the International Labor Organization estimates that women and girls represent the largest share of forced labor victims, with 11.4 million trafficked victims. That's 55% compared to 9.5 of men. So you throw all that in the above, you throw all that in the circle, and see that we as a world, we as a country, have a problem. So when I look at the story that just went viral about Centoria Brown, I hope that's how you say her name, who was a woman who was at 16 years old was sex trafficked, and this thing went viral. Imagine the age of 16 being sex trafficked by a pimp named Cutthroat. After days of being repeatedly drugged and raped by different men, you were purchased by a 43-year-old child predator who took you to his home to use you for sex. You end up finding enough courage to fight back and shoot and kill him. You're arrested as a result, tried and convicted as an adult, and sentenced to life in prison. This is the story of Centoria Brown. She'll be eligible for parole when she's 69 years old. So when you look at all these stats, all these girls and all these women that's just wrapped up in this nonsense, and we basically been turning a blind eye and letting it happen for years and years and years and decades. And you look at our own confines. They say California got them all. They say Texas always gotten all these calls and stuff. And we look at this girl, you know what I mean? It went viral now, but this happened in 2004, which means she's been serving this time a life sentence, and she can't do nothing. She can't even go on parole till she's 69 because she was defending herself from a freaking predator. And we gonna take the predator side of the story. That's what we doing in America right now, like for real. So when I look at it, it just trips me out because she is just one that went viral. Anything that go viral means there's like thousands of other cases of people who don't go viral, who don't get no shine, who don't get no life. I'm so happy that Kim Kardashian and Rihanna and LeBron James and Snoop Dogg and all these people have been going to bat for her, but it just kills me because she is only one of many. She is only one of many. So when we look at this is a topic we don't talk about, sex trafficking and how it affects our women, not just black women, not just white, our women. They didn't say no race about that. They just said straight up, millions of girls are thrown out here between 12 and 14 years old, and we letting that slide. So for today, the neck going to the Tennessee justice system, it should go to our entire justice system, but that'll be a that'll be knuckles all day. But to the Tennessee, what kills me about government so many times, dog, it don't use common sense. It don't use common sense. Certain things should be black and white. This girl was defending herself. They said because she took his wallet, they had to count that as robbery. If you by yourself, you 16 years old, this dude that took you into his house to use you for sex, and then you kill him so you don't die, hell yeah, you gonna take some money with you. It's like you ain't even using your mind, and I can't even be the lawyer fighting against her to keep this 16-year-old girl in jail to be tried as an adult. I wish, dude, imagine if you something that you did at 16, you gotta like pay for it until you're 90. That don't make no damn sense. So yes, to the Tennessee justice system, you get that front, you get that back, you even get some crotch action because it don't have to even be like that. It don't have to even be like that, and I just leave it at that, man.
I'm so glad you didn't do a crotch thrust toward the microphone like the last time you did, because I got to talking to this thing now. You can't just be thrusting your crotch toward it. But yeah, man, so there's a documentary on Netflix about Centoya Brown.
Yes.
I've been meaning to give it a...
It was on
a
PBS
watch.
a few years ago.
Yeah, but I'm such a crybaby. I know that I ain't gonna be able to get through it.
Right.
I know. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
hard.
But I'm gonna ruin myself and just watch it.
69? Like, that's so trippy that she's not eligible to get out. For people to even talk about letting her out until she's 69. That don't even make no damn sense, bro. Hopefully the Kardashian lawyer can get something happening.
Kardashian lawyer, that's a word.
They say she calling her attorney. I was like, if nobody can beat the case, they got, never mind.
They got the money.
Well, okay, and that was
I was
that
about
next.
to listen.
Martin, he always turns it up for us with the intensity, and then our Sankofa birds like to turn it down. Our Sankofa session is the final segment on every episode. It's where we like to take a look and reflect and meditate on something that came before us as millennials, or the time, place, person, idea, event. So, Oshun, Malik, who we looking back at today?
Well,
what we looking back at today?
What? Oh, hey y'all. Well, basically what happened with me and Malik and I, we decided that instead of taking a trip back, we're going to take a look forward this week because our city made history. Our city made history by electing its first black female mayor. So we're going to give a little shine of what people might not know about Miss LaToya Cantrell and where she comes from.
So LaToya Cantrell was born in Los Angeles and moved to New Orleans to attend Xavier University, where she earned a BA in sociology. She got a degree in 1996, and she completed an executive management training at Harvard's Kennedy School of Government.
You heard it here first, and second, and last, and third, and every other time you've heard it. She's not from here, but this lady has given her all to this city. She moved to New Orleans. She decided she wanted to go to school in New Orleans after visiting New Orleans just one time, one weekend. She said that the city captured her soul in a way that could not be explained. This was a lady who, while going to Xavier, lived on 3rd and St. Charles back in the 90s. That wasn't cool. That was not a hot area to be living in. But she did it. And after she met her husband and they moved to Broadmoor on the Parkway, which also wasn't a hot neighborhood to be living in, but she lived there before gentrification. So we have to look into things like that before we start, saying, okay, she's an outsider. How can she not represent us?
What's interesting about Mrs. Cantrell is the different occupations she had. She has worked in the hotel industry. She has worked in different jobs here in the city. She has only had a professional career here in New Orleans. In 1999, she moved with her husband to the Broadmoor community. And then in 2004, she was elected to their association as the president of the neighborhood association. Mm-hmm. She had no idea that the following year that the biggest hurricane in New Orleans history was going to come and hit the storm. Now, you know how we get a position and a title. And we could have just, she could have been like, hey, I got to rebuild my house. I ain't got no time for no neighborhood improvement association. But instead of doing that, she decided to organize with her neighbors, and they decided to bring Broadmoor back.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just a snippet into the life of my girl, my homegirl, y'all, the mayor-elect, Miss LaToya Cantrell.
TV Cantrell.
Yeah, it's just such a historical moment because black woman has been in New Orleans for over 300 years. And to think she's not just the first black woman mayor, she is the first woman mayor of our city. And women has been here since the beginning. So it took 300 years to elect a woman to lead our city. This is historic, and we can't wait till 2018 to see what she does.
And she got a neighbor named Keisha.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Keisha.
Shouts out to Keisha.
Shout out to Keisha.
That's what's up. Well, this has been another episode of the Misbelief Radio Show on WBOK AM 1230. Who are my awesome, amazing guests? Let's start with you.
It's Jay Still, keeping it real. Oh, follow me on Instagram, Jessica Steele, and on Facebook at Jessica Elizabeth Johnson and Faye Girl Nola.
It's that actor guy, Marty Batts, Bradford. You can find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Batts. Spell it, Mr. Out, you ain't gonna find me. And also check out all our movies on Gumbo Monster 504 on YouTube, as well as check out the Fly with Bass podcast everywhere you get your podcast from.
So you can follow Malik at No Nola Tours. You can also follow me at Frozen Photography, and that's with a PH.
And this is Oshun. You can find me on the Instagram at Oshun, OSHUNSL11. I'll be there.
And I'm DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio. You can find me on the internet everywhere at Who is DC Paul? Got it all together. So Who is DC Paul on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and whoisdcpaul.com. Thank you guys. Thanks to the millions and millions of fans and listeners who tune in every week. Thanks to my awesome, amazing co-hosts. Thanks to our guests, Cherelle Palmer, Rachel Ridgeway, and Tanyell Waivers. Thank y'all so much for coming. And we're tuning in next week, same time, same place. And as always, don't get none on you.
Body roll.
Body roll.
There you go. There you go. Vigorous. Here's the song. Here's the